Welcome everybody to another edition of the Jam Session. We're back again with a bomb episode. It's your boy Juan. I'm here with my fellas Mo and Mac. What's up, fellas? How
Yo,
y'all been?
what's up, man? Another day, bro.
Another day. It's been a minute.
Hold it down.
Yeah, what's been going on with everybody, man? It's been a while since we did something. It's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah, just about,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, everything been good for everybody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, what they say, blessed and highly favored.
I
Mhm.
hear
If it got any better, I couldn't stand it.
that. I hear that. Mac, how everything been going with you, man? What's new?
Just work, bro. You know that
Yeah.
government train don't stop for nobody, bro. So you know how it is, man.
Keep it rolling,
Yeah.
don't it? Big DT in the house now, baby. So you know it's gonna be rolling. So you know how it
Yeah.
is now.
Huh, huh,
Yeah, man.
huh, huh.
Shit.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. Look, I had
Big, hey, we call him Big T over here.
Big T, baby. Big T in the house. Big T in the house, man. Holding it down. Yeah, man. We had my son had his birthday today.
Oh wow,
So we went,
nice,
yeah,
man.
man. Yeah, we did 1 years old. And we took him to the aquarium, whatever, had a little small little dinner for him.
Uh-huh.
And it was cool, man. It was cool. It went by fast though. That first year went by quick.
I told
So
you, man.
Shit.
I told you.
Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet, man. It's gonna get wild. Get quick. It happens quick, man. So enjoy it.
yeah, that's what everybody keeps saying. It happened quick,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I don't know. I think I was more excited than probably he was or she was too. It's just like, dang, like a year, bro. It went by
Yeah.
so fast. Like it seemed like what yesterday. I was scooting down the interstate with that trailer hitched on, trying to get to the hospital on a Friday. She thought her water was about to break. And
Mm-hmm.
police pulled me over. I told him what was going on. I was all the way in South Georgia, and I had to get to South Carolina. So I had to go put the trailer, get to South Carolina, get to the hospital. Luckily, she had the baby right before 12 a.m. So
He slid on out, didn't
slid out. Happy birthday to my little man
Yeah,
Chico.
man. That's right.
Chico Daddy Boy.
Many more to come, bro.
Yeah,
Many more.
that's right, man. That's right. All right, y'all. We glad y'all back. Hope y'all been spreading the word about the podcast. We've been spreading the word, and we're just looking to keep growing. But today is a topic that I don't know. For some reason, I wanted to jump on this. The night I sent y'all the message, I think it was on a Thursday. I was like, we need to talk about this. But the topic of discussion is why do haters hate? And I know everybody across here listening at some point in their life have had someone that have hated on them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. If you haven't, then that means you probably are the hater. But but we gonna break this thing down as much as we can. Look, I learned some new stuff about haters that I didn't even know about haters. Like I was literally like looking at this and be like, man, this is a real thing. But we're gonna spread it around. I don't care who starts, but we're gonna dig into this. We got an hour. I think we got an hour and 30 minutes. If we gotta do a part two, we will. But let's get it cracking. Mo, Mac, who wanna start? Why do haters hate?
Go ahead, Mac. Look like you got something on your mind. I see that little smile.
I don't even think they know, to be honest with you.
Oh,
And I only say that because, you know, to be in a space where you're a grown adult and you gotta hate on somebody else, especially if they're doing good in the world, like, I don't think you even know yourself, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like, people who hate, they lack something on the inside, so they project a lot. Like they could have achieved something, but they didn't. They should be in a certain place in life, but they're not. And instead of them taking full responsibility, they seek out, people that they think, they could prey on and make them feel little just so they could make themselves feel big. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I just feel like people like that, man, they don't know themselves, man. You know, people that got confidence, people that know who they are, they don't have to hate on anybody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They wake up and they go to work. That's it. You know, they work with people, but there is no hate in them. So
Yeah.
I feel bad for them people, man, because they don't even know.
Mac, you hear those? Look, Mac done hit about 12 nuggets right there. Let me backtrack. Let me give y'all a definition first off of what a hater is. Some of y'all may not know what a hater is.
Move.
You go. Yeah, right here. This is the Oxford language definition of a hater. A person who greatly, that word greatly is what give me, dislikes a specified person or thing. Once again, it's a person who greatly dislikes a specified person or thing. That is a hater, according to the definition. Mac, you hit on some nuggets. Mo, your turn. Why do you think haters hate?
Well, I mean, I think it's simple. I mean, you probably doing something in life uh that they wish that they could do. You know what I'm saying? And it may not, and it be the basic. That's the thing about it. It'd be the basic stuff. You know what I mean? Just how you carry yourself, how you articulate yourself. Uh, you know, your confidence around people, whether it be a social setting or professional setting.
Yeah,
Just the fact that you're confident enough and strong enough and strong willed enough to achieve things that they can't, right? And since they can't figure out how are you doing this, like how are you able to, and it's not even about getting a woman or talking to a girl or something like that, but your ability to just communicate with them on a regular basis. And it's not sexual. It's not anything. It's something strictly platonic or on a professional level. You know, they take offense to you being you. You know what I mean? And but I take it one step a little bit deeper though. You know, I think people the misconception is that a hater is always somebody who's lacking. What about the professional hater? What about the hater who is okay? Point in case. I don't know if these things are true, but the alleged things against Diddy, right? For Diddy to be in the position that he is in and still behave in the way that he's alleged to have behaved, he is a hater. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you're in a position that a lot of people would like to be in. But because you're in that position, you can't handle that, right? And so people who are underneath you, being female or male, you feel like you have to subdue them and hold that power over them. So the maybe it's an internal fear that you feel like, well, if you don't suppress them, if I don't hold them down, they may flourish without me. So you know what I'm saying? So that's a level of hate I think so as well. I mean, if you're looking at it by definition of what a hater is, right? So you can be a millionaire and still be a hater. You know what I'm saying? And because I may have achieved something monetarily or financially, but I'm still looking at somebody. I still can't get no women. I still can't get laid. You know what I mean? I gotta buy a $100,000 car. I gotta buy the $300-400 J's on my feet and put on all the gear and go out and try to make it seem like I lead with all of those material items instead of leading with my personality. And
right.
I'm hating on that dude who just shows up, who's a regular guy, but he's in shape. He carries himself well. He speaks well. He articulates himself well. He has a presence in a room. I know we've all been in rooms and seen somebody walk in, and when they walk in, they have a presence, right? That's something that this internal confidence about that person. And if I'm a rich person or a rich dude, girl, or whatever, it doesn't really matter. If I see that person, I'm intimidated by that because I have on all these flashy things. I have all these things, material things, right? And people still are gravitating to this dude who just came in with some Levi jeans and a t-shirt and some regular old Nikes. You know,
Right.
I got on the Louis, I got on the Gucci, I got the chains, I got the car outside. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think this is so. I think there's levels to the hate. You know
Oh
what I
yeah, we gonna
mean?
touch on that. Don't
Yeah,
go too deep. We gonna hit that part. Yeah, you're right.
yeah. I
There,
think there's
there
levels to it.
are levels. There are levels to that, and like both of you hit it. I think for what I find in most haters is I think is a lack of self confidence because I never understood like you see somebody walk into a room or like Max said you go to work and you see somebody that is successful like me personally and I know for y'all like I'm not going I want to know like what did you do to get there like I want to gravitate to that person and not hate on that person so I think it's something a little bit more deeper than just like I don't know. Just I don't want to see people succeed. Like I think it's something internally deeper. Maybe stem back to childhood. I don't know. I don't know. That's what we talk.
I have a thought on that because you touched on something. So, my thought is a lot of reasons for that is when you're successful and you have the outward appearance of success and you have the confidence that other people are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they see you, right, watching your success, watching your confidence is a constant reminder that they don't have it.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts. That's 100% facts. That's look. All right, I can. We gonna give prime examples. I can give a prime example of that in my own personal life, and I vividly remember. I remember the time when I got the call to do the internship at the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And I purposely asked um my supervisor, I was like, nah, I don't want to really share it with nobody. I kind of want to keep it on the low. I give the insights when I return back. Because I was already under a bunch of scrutiny and hating.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna keep it at that. Just under a bunch of hating. So I really, for them to know that, I felt like it was just gonna escalate even to even more hate, and that's what happened. Like I was in the back of the room, and when he told them, like, "Hey, he's gonna be doing this internship with the NFL," I literally watched some of their faces, like the people that I knew who did. Man, I looked at them and like it was just like a look of disgust,
Mm.
like on their face, bro. And I just knew like it was an envious thing. Like they're envious because hey, you're not supposed to. Why is he getting these opportunities and I'm not getting them? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's the wrong approach to take to anything. Like if one of y'all got an opportunity, I'm gonna be like, hey, like man, like what did you do to get that opportunity? Like, and how can I get that opportunity as well too? Like I'm gonna try to jump on the ship. I ain't gonna try to jump off the ship or throw you off the ship. Like you made it, I didn't. Like how can I get there? That's the attitude I think most people should. But the reality is everybody don't take the same attitude.
I mean, not
So
not only that, but just genuinely support, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Genuinely support because it takes work, man, to level up in certain spaces, man, and work, dedication, hard work, sacrifice. These are the things that play a role in us moving forward in life and getting ahead. So like, just celebration, man, because with a genuine heart. And I think that's what a lot of people lack, man. They don't have a genuine heart towards people. So when they
yeah,
don't, it shows in their response, right? And how they handle your blessings, right?
yeah.
So and once you see that, bro, you already know, man, where to put them. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you
Like
think it's an issue as well too? Then
what?
you think it's more of a character issue as well too?
Yeah,
Then in
I see
regards
it
to
as I see it as a character flaw because you got to think about it, right?
yeah,
When people hate on other people, then it leads to different things,
right,
sabotaging their name. You know, if it's at work, it's lying. You know, creating internal conflict. That stuff that you've never been a part of, but you show up to work and people coming with you all types of rumors, and then it's like, where'd you hear that? Where'd that come from? You know what I'm saying?
man.
Or sharing stuff about you on social media. So it took I honestly believe too it is a character flaw for some people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure.
Uh,
But
I agree with that. And largely, man, I really think it goes back to what I just touched on earlier, man. I mean, watching somebody be successful, uh, if you don't know how to be successful, it just continues to shine a light on what you're not doing when you think that you should be doing those things. But the problem with that is, typically we only see the end result of somebody's success. We didn't see the front end. We didn't see the sleepless nights. We didn't see all the work they was putting in. We didn't see the financial sacrifice. We didn't see maybe they sacrificed relationships, friendships. We didn't see them going to the mother or father, possibly, letting them know, like, hey, mom, dad, I don't have any money right now. I'm investing in this, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing whatever the situation may be. They didn't see that. They didn't see you sitting in your car in the parking lot in the rain praying. You know what I mean? They didn't see you shedding those tears of joy when something finally you've been working for went your way. So they don't understand and couldn't understand what it took for you to get there. All they seeing is the end result. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, Dewan knows me. I'm a car guy, and I don't really. I love automobiles. I've always had some kind of little car, and as God has blessed me, I've progressed throughout the years, right? And I'm not going to go into it. I'm not really flashy. Dewan can tell you, even on my social media, personal social media, I dare you to go look. I have never posted in probably 15, almost 20 years. I've never posted any of the vehicles I've had, and I've had a lot. I've never posted one on the Facebook. It's not important because those are items that I want personally, and those are goals that I have achieved. But point in case, I might drive that nice vehicle to an area or through a space, and some people, you get a lot of thumbs up. Man, I love your car, cool car, man. But you get a lot of haters too. You get a lot of people look at you with that disgust look on their face that Juan was talking about. And it goes back to, man, look, I worked hard. I'm going to continue to work hard, and I've achieved a goal, and I'm going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Because you have a preconceived notion of what you think I've done or who I am, and you don't even know me, that's your problem. So I encourage anyone that if you're working hard and you invested in yourself and you're trusting in yourself and you're believing in God and you're being blessed, to walk in those blessings, even though it's very disheartening to see people, who speak negative against you when they don't even know you. They don't even know your situation. They don't even know your story. You hope that you wish that you had that encouragement, that they would encourage you, but they can't. They hate her. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They can't help. They can't help themselves. I can't stand that. You know what I'm saying?
So what about the ones who do know your story and they hate on you?
That's even worse.
Yeah,
That is worse.
yeah.
That's even worse
So I guess my
because
question is how do you handle that? How would you handle it?
if you're asking me personally, what I've had to do, man, over the years, man, I have lost friends. I've lost people who I thought were lifelong friends. You know what I mean? People I thought, man, we're gonna be down forever, and they revealed themselves to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's very, very unfortunate. Like, uh, instead of having the conversation with me of what is going on in their mind, what they think in their mind, and seeing if we can come to some kind of middle ground, right? They choose to go the opposite direction. They choose to, just put out in the atmosphere what they think. Oh, he think he this, he think he that. I don't fool with him no more. And I'm like, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? Because we've never had the conversation. So
Right.
you coming, so that lets me know that you was already feeling some kind of way, because I think I can always go back to when you're successful, when you're working hard to be successful, people around you, in your circle and out of your circle, your success will be a constant reminder of their unsuccess, of what they're not doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get it. I've seen it. I've seen it where I haven't been a part of it. I've watched people who look at other people who I know are tremendously successful,
Yeah.
and then I've heard them say stuff about that person, and I'm thinking to myself, man, y'all was like that, you know? And now this person, he's dirty and low down and all of that stuff right there. And I'm like, man, where's that coming from?
Right.
Because for the last, 5, 6, 10 years, you was buddy, you all in their face. You know what I mean? But as soon as he elevated and left you where you were at, not because he didn't love you, not because he didn't consider you a friend, when God put something in front of you that you've been working toward, it's time to take the step and you level up.
Yeah.
And if people don't encourage you, if you don't have those people in your circle who encourage you, honestly, you're better off without those people anyway, because they're gonna hate. They're gonna hate regardless. So I rather you hate and I don't have any contact with you, because now you just hate. You in the car mad. You whatever you got going on, but I don't have to deal with it because I'm gonna keep moving forward. So
yeah. 3 pointers I want to point out is these are 3 tendencies that I tend to see. Well, I tell people to, when you're dealing with a hater, he go 3 pointers. I'm taking this from life experiences that you need to implement into your awareness when you're dealing with people who are haters. 1, pay attention to the energy. Like, you can feed off people and you can tell their vibes based off their energy. And I always say your intuition 9 times out of 10 is not wrong. If you get a positive vibe from this person, you know what I'm saying? Feel that person out. If the vibes continue to be positive, see what they're about. But if you get that negative about them, like, same thing, fill them out, see how it is. But once you get that vibe about them and you know it's a negative vibe, like, distance yourself from them. Like, you usually get that intuition off of first impression, second impression, second time you meet a person. Like Mo and like said, like, once they start to see you level up, even if y'all was cool at first, you still gotta pay attention to those vibes. Cause like you said, like, once you leveled up and they see you leveling up and they're not getting there yet, the dynamics of the relationship may tend to change. So you got to pay attention to those vibes. Second thing that I've learned is don't broadcast your business to everybody. You know what I mean? Especially people like you said, like, that's not within your circle and that's not rooting for you. Because as bad as it sounds, people want to see you fall, man. Like, as sickening as that sounds, a lot of people want to see you fall just because they're not at the level that they want to be at, or they're not happy with where they are in life right now. So keep your information, keep all your personal achievements, secret. Set boundaries. You know what I mean? And that's my third one. Set boundaries. Don't let them in your space. If you don't deal with them, let them know you don't deal with them. I guess for me is like, I guess the next question is, once you find out who your haters are, do you confront those haters, or do you just let them be? Especially if they're coming in your face, they're coming around you every single day. Like, to me, I think that boundary needs to be set. Like, all right, man, we coworkers, we cool, X, Y, and Z. But outside of that, like, how do you, or do you confront your haters once you know who they are?
Matt, go ahead.
So for me, man, you gotta know when to engage and when to walk away, right?
Mm.
Because not every hater needs your attention, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, to me, I think the response is gonna be dictated on the individual. Me personally, I don't have time to waste with someone now. If like I said, being a hater could be a character flaw. So what I mean is, pertaining to the question is, if they decide to take things a route where it might impact my money, my family, me personally, cause me harm, then I'm gonna have to handle that situation a little differently. But
Yeah.
if it's just you talking and that's it, or you just feel some type of way and I don't see it really impacting me in a major way, then I'm gonna just leave you where you are, man. Because I just don't have time. Like, there was so much more to life that I could feed my energy to, and a person who's just living in negativity, they already causing destruction for themselves, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, but that's just where I stand, man. Like, I don't think, like I said, it's on you, depending on what the situation is and what's going on, whether or not, but I just do an assessment. And based on our assessment, if
Yeah.
it's needed, then yeah. But if not, then I'll just keep it going. You know what I mean? Keep moving. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I agree with Mac, man. I think it's going to come down to the circumstances. You know what I mean? If it's just a general hater, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not, man. You know, you saying your words don't, you're not going to stop my motion. I think it becomes a problem if it's starting to affect my work or it's starting to hinder my family in some type of way. You messing with my paper. Yeah, I mean, if you messing with my paper, then I got to come see you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's just the direction we go because typically, man, fellas, I know we all deal with it, right? There's
Oh yeah.
people speak negative or have negative thoughts to about us, or they may make little snide comments. Oh, here come Mo. I don't know what to do. And okay, that's fine, whatever. You know what I mean? That's not gonna stop my day. I'm definitely not gonna lose any sleep.
Right.
An example that I think this is a more general example, but I feel like this brother is a microcosm of all those who look like us in a successful position. Um, the double standard and the hate that our brother Lamar Jackson gets, and
Oh man.
because he's just a prime example of someone in his position who is clearly great at what he is doing. Right, every year since he's been in the NFL, he just breaks records, and he's making all these achievements, and he's great. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His counterparts, they don't get the same scrutiny that Lamar gets. Lamar has to be perfect in every way.
Every
Uh,
game.
I remember just last weekend when watching the Buffalo Bills and Chiefs play, the media attention after that game was over was largely, well, Josh Allen's been carrying the team. His coach has to do more. He doesn't have any help on the team. He's single handedly doing all these things, and I'm like, okay, cool, right? But the narrative on Lamar is when Lamar's been doing those same exact things, carrying the team, leading the team. This was the first year he ever played with another player that is definitely going to go to the Hall of Fame on the offensive side of the ball with Derrick Henry and what they were able to do. But at the same time, Lamar can't win the playoff game. Another year, another turnovers. He's just this, that, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I feel like that double standard, and it's always kind of been that way at the quarterback position within the NFL. If you look like us, they always give you some kind of, you got to be a superhero, right? And at the same time, people were talking about mentioning, what's his name, Joe Burrow, who's fantastic, but
Yeah.
mention him as the MVP, and the team didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they were like, they didn't give him like, oh, he had a phenomenal year. It's incredible. He threw for all these passing yards, or 5,000 passing yards, and 45 touchdowns, or whatever it was. Oh, but the defense let him down. His coaches got to do something. You know what I mean? He had no. They put none of the responsibility on him to win games to get his team in the playoffs, and that's tremendously unfair, and it's unfortunate because when you hate on somebody like that playing at a level like a Lamar Jackson, right? You're missing greatness only because internally you've built up what you think he is not doing, what you think he should be doing,
Yeah.
right? And because of that, you're gonna stay stubborn. You're gonna continue to be a hater just because he's proven you wrong. And then when he proves you wrong on what you said he couldn't do, then you move the goalpost. You know what I'm saying? Like, before it was he couldn't throw. He started throwing really well. He's led the league in the last 2 or 3 seasons in quarterback percentage and completing passes. Then he led the league in his one MVP year. He led the league in passing touchdowns. So now it's shifted to he can't win in the playoffs. He can't win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now he's won a playoff game in the last 2 years. That he hadn't gone where he wants to go to a championship. Ultimately, I think he'll get there, but he hadn't gone there. But now they move. Well, when it comes to the tough games against Allen and Mahomes, he just can't do it. He can't win, and that's like, dude, cut it out, man. You know what I'm saying? So in our personal lives, we have people move the goalpost on us.
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right, give me an example, Mac and Mo. Give me an example of when you been of a time you was hated on. How did you handle that situation? You ain't got. Don't throw no names out. Hold on. Don't throw no names out.
Man, I don't
Just,
care.
uh,
But I'm a go. So a few years back, man, the army changed the way they promote, and they made modifications, and they they gave more attention towards like civilian education. And at the time,
yeah,
I needed it because my body went through injury, so I don't physically perform the same anymore. But in my line of work, certain schools and certain schools get you favorable attention that helps with promotion. Because I'm not physically at where I used to be, that kind of put me in a position to kind of switch my approach to getting promoted. So I doubled down on education. So I got promoted over guys that went to certain schools. And when they saw I got promoted and I made the list and everything, and I got that extra, what I'm saying, that extra cheese and the extra rocker at the bottom, it was like, man, like, why, how, this guy don't even got a tab. Like in my line of work, a tab looks good, right, on your uniform. And I'm like, I didn't really have much to say to it because for one, the army laid out clear rules on how to get promoted. There are different paths that you could take. You could go to these certain schools and they'll take care of you and get you right, or you could push to focus on civilian education, right? And I chose that
right,
path because my body isn't acting the same anymore. But for me, I believe in always being smart in different ways, especially for us, because some people look at us and all they see is our physical attributes, but we are more
right.
than, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I definitely saw the hate, man, but it definitely didn't stop me. You know what I mean? Like I said before, like I don't got time to feed into that energy, man. I'm on mission always, so I got mine. You know what I mean? My
Yeah.
family's straight.
That's
They
what I'm
don't
talking
miss
about.
meals, so we good.
Yeah. Yeah. Mo, time you was hated on, how'd you handle it?
man, I get in a position when you're working, man, in an office setting. It's you're working closely with various people, right, who do different things. And in this particular instance, for me, I had somebody who was overly concerned with what it was I was supposed to be doing instead of focusing on what they're supposed to be doing, right? So they go behind my back to management, my management, and oh well, Mo's doing this and Mo's doing that. Or should they be doing this? I've noticed they're doing that, and all of these things is like, wait. You don't even know the job. You have zero experience
Right.
in the job field, right? I could come in there and uh, paint all of the signs blue, right? And you wouldn't know the difference from what the sign was supposed to have words on it, if it's supposed to be red, pink, or if it's supposed to be blue. You wouldn't know any difference. But yet you taking the initiative to go above me instead of talking to me and asking me why particular things are done the way that they're done, to talk to my management to make it seem like I'm doing something wrong and you don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing, instead of focusing on your job. How I handled it was, man, I had a conversation with my management team and about this incident, and kind of laid it out to them like, hey, what's going on? This is what happened, right? And I'm looking around and I only see these things being done to me. Now, I'm not the first one to always jump on something's racial or something like that. I don't always go to that, but I'm looking around again. I don't see nobody else boss up in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. I mean, and so once I pointed that out, right, they started paying attention to it, right, and they started noticing, like, man, wow, why is this person doing this, right? To the point that, hey, you're starting to affect, the business. You're starting to affect the culture within the office with this stuff. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? And the person unfortunately didn't cut it out. And while they was worried about what I had going on, surprise, surprise, in their own position, they were severely behind, and in a lot of instances indigent, which led to their departure from the company. So once you hating, you're not hating on me. You're only hating on yourself, because while you're busy hating on me, you're holding yourself back from something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I handle it.
Look, all right. I ain't gonna go into my situation. These are some of the pros and cons of a hater. And one of the things that you said, Mo, was you're not hating on you, you're hating on yourself. That's a pro, because I put embrace the hate, because their negativity is ultimately a springboard into your purpose. And I always think back, everybody always say Jesus had 12 disciples. I say Jesus had 11 and a hater. But that hater was important, meaning Judas, because without Judas playing his role as a hater on Jesus, we wouldn't have eternal life. So those haters actually have a purpose. They don't know their purpose. It's revealed to them possibly later, you know what I mean? But ultimately, those haters, they don't know that they're hating so much on you that they're actually helping you springboard into your purpose. And ironically, a hater will always build a bridge for their own downfall. And that goes back to what we talked about earlier, character. Like a lot of times, I feel like haters know what they're doing, and they intentionally do it because they want to see you downfall. But ultimately, some way or another, it always comes back to a full circle. And I can give a prime example, but I can't really say. Um, they're them planning your downfall ultimately leads to a bigger downfall for them. And that's just, you can call it karma, you can call it whatever you want it to be. But that's one thing I've noticed about a hater is like anytime they try to plan your downfall, they're ultimately building their own bridge, bigger and harder for their own downfall. Um, Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's like I don't. It's a challenge to wake up every day, man, and just seek. You know what I'm saying, to destroy people, bro. That's why I said earlier, man. I feel sorry for people like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the inside of them, some's corrupted, something's tainted.
Yeah.
You know, it might have been something happened in their adulthood, or it might go far back as their childhood. Who knows, man? But um, for me, man, I find myself, man, like honestly, man, like you gotta pray for people like that, man, because like
Yeah.
it's it's one thing to yeah, we all know and understand, like, to keep pushing forward, man. But I also think too, you pray for those people, man, in hopes of that they change their heart. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's like the torment that they're going through. Yeah, it might be somebody that looks good on the outside. What I mean by that is, it might be that person that's already in the position, got the car, got all the achievements, but they still find time to hate on somebody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they don't understand like where they're at right now to be grateful, right? But they don't understand the impacts that they have when they go out of their way to try to cause harm to somebody else who's doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I just think, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, you got to pray for people like that, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
um, I really don't wish bad on people, because you know, I feel like I'm lowering myself to where they're at. So for me,
Yep.
once I realize and identify like who you are, your heart, I just pray for you and just keep moving, man. You know, in the hopes of one
Yeah.
day, man, you change your heart, and that's it, man.
I think that's the best way to handle this situation. I think about my own personal life.
Yeah.
When I had to go through what I went through, man, it was mentally stressful,
Mm-hmm.
physically stressful, like financially stressful, and I found myself losing career opportunities off of stuff that you didn't even have anything to do with. You know what I mean? You know in your heart, you pray to God, you like, God, I know you seeing this happen to me. Like, why is this happening to me?
Bro, you didn't lose
And
nothing. It was just put on pause.
facts, man, facts. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm getting at that because
Yeah.
like what he told me to go back and read the story of Joseph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's when I came up like, yeah, Joseph was revealed he was gonna be king, he was gonna rule over his brothers. That's what made me realize, man, like you can't tell everybody everything. And you know, regardless of how close you are with the person, some people just want to see your downfall,
Yep.
man. Like
Look, I feel y'all trying to keep it PG and come with that political answer. Fuck that. I'm still standing. You try to stand on me, and I'm shining on you. I hope you run out of gas tomorrow on your way to work with your funky ass. Now, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, I totally get where you guys are coming from and what you're saying. I mean, I think sometimes your success speaks for itself when you come on the other side of this stuff.
yeah,
And there's not a whole lot to be said, right? Because you being successful and being able to come through it is speaking for itself. There's nothing to say, right? People tuck their tail and they between their legs and they run off, waiting for the next time. Point in case, man. My situation. There's a lot of layoffs and stuff happening around the country. A lot of different companies, a lot of different industries who were folding and downsizing and letting people go. And my company was on the forefront of that. Was on the forefront of that, right? People been mentioning, shutting it down and all this stuff. And I had somebody who called me, you know what I mean, and I frequent the person. We're not like the best of friends, but I frequent. I talk to, hey man, how you doing, and keep it real light. But they made it a point to call and, hey man, heard they about to shut y'all down. What you gonna do, cuz? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this a thing to call him? And then why would you call me instead of checking on me, like genuinely checking on me? Hey man, look, I heard this is going on. I have some other opportunities for you. If you need some help, let me know. You're going that route with it, but you went straight Bojangles with it. I heard about to shut you down. What you gonna do, man?
yeah,
You gonna be able to, and then I have to break your face. Oh man, that's over with, baby. We full go. Yeah, that's not happening. Oh, for real? Oh, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. Well, make sure I'm going ahead and holler at you then. Now you want to go and get off the phone
yeah,
because the negativity you were bringing got shot down. Now you got to go. And that's just generally how it goes, man. When somebody brings that negativity and you're able to repel it, yeah, they gonna scurry off, right? Because those people always reveal themselves. And whenever you're standing strong and standing upright, man, and you've got that anointing on your life, right? Uh, because when you have good intentions, God will send you good intent.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? So the enemy and the enemy's always going to come, right? They're gonna wait. They're gonna find that they're looking for the weakness. They're looking for the chink in the armor because that's what they do. And they spend a lot of time. The amazing thing is they spend a lot of time on that. Like, you know what I gotta do? Like to sit up and worry about what the one doing. And I live way over here. You live way over there. But I'm scouring your Facebook.
yeah.
I'm calling friends and family to see what you talk to Juan. What are you doing? He got a new job. Where he at? Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Like, man, what are you doing in your life that you got time to call the work? I'm so busy, man, with the wife and with my daughter and all her stuff she's got going on, my stuff with my work schedule, and I don't have time to worry about what other grown people are doing.
I think
So
it
that's
goes back to like what we said earlier though. Like they don't have anything going on, so your business is their business. You
right.
know what I
Well,
mean?
they need to get something going.
Yeah. So I think that's just a quality of a hater, and to kind of dig in the types of haters. Like I said, when I was researching this, I was doing all the layout for the show. There's 3 types of hater. Now, when y'all hear this is gonna blow your mind. So I'm gonna give you the definition. The first type is just a hater. By definition, I said it earlier, it's a person who greatly dislikes a specified person or thing. So this is like an entry level hater. Um, like you said, Lamar Jackson. I don't like Lamar Jackson type hate. Now the next one is called a true hater. Now this one, hold up. A true hater, by definition, is a person who actively and aggressively criticizing someone or something. That's at a whole nother level. So that kind of reminds me of like a paparazzi. Like they go out and look for something bad about somebody or something like that. That's what a true hater is. Now the third level is called a super hater. These are the haters I was dealing with right here. This is just vicious.
You eat your cornbread.
Look, a super hater, bro. Someone who expresses extreme and malicious dislikes or criticism towards another person or thing, going beyond a regular hater. So they surpassed the hater. They skipped over true hater. They went from hater to super hater by actively seeking out opportunities to belittle, disparage, or spread negativity with excessive intensity and someone with malicious intent. That's sickening, man.
Mhm.
That's sickening. That's sickening. And see, like, I feel like, I mean, hating at any level is bad, but a super hater, that's something like internal, bro. You got internally, mentally something wrong with you. Like to go to that extreme to where you want to see like physical harm to someone, somebody, you know, getting them hurt, losing a job, losing money, whatever the case may be. You go to that extreme to hurt someone, like I think you got something internally wrong with you. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about
Well, I think that just we underestimate uh, really how much people dislike themselves.
it. That's all it is, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I just through life and experience, I no longer underestimate that. I have an understanding of how certain people feel about themselves, right? I should be getting the promotion. I should have got that pretty wife. I should be driving that Lambo. I should have all that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what have you done to get any of those things?
Right.
They completely missing that aspect. You ain't did nothing to get no bad broad. You ain't did nothing to get no real money. You definitely ain't did nothing to drive no Lambo or Ferrari. So you got to start looking in the mirror instead of looking at that other person, who you see working toward a goal, and not only working toward that goal, achieving that goal. And now you taking it to the next step of being a super hater,
Super.
right? Of going out of your way to try to diminish this person's star, try to water down whatever it is they got going on. And that is a level of mental illness for sure. But just don't, anybody listening to the podcast, just keep in mind, man, don't underestimate how much people dislike themselves, right? And continuously uh, watching you and your achievements, and you be successful and you achieve is I can't stress it enough. It's just a constant reminder to them of what they don't have or what they're not doing, and seeing you makes them sick to their stomach. Uh, you know, I'm fortunate, man. I've never had that in me, that spirit in me. I've always looked and wanted to learn. Now,
Didn't.
I think there's a difference between someone who's truly jealous of you
Yeah.
and somebody who's envious. Though they're not the same thing.
Right.
So if I'm jealous of you, it's just that's I've already accepted defeat that whatever you got going, I'm not going to have that. So I'm just gonna be mad that you got it, and I'm hating. I'm gonna hate on you. You can't stand you.
So would they be
If
a
I
low level? Would they be an entry level hater then?
No, because I've made it my business to hate. I'm going. I'm graduated from regular hater. I'm moving on to super. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing your name up when I'm sitting somewhere, somebody who don't even know you. I'm using you as the example of the motherfucker I hate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know a dude named Dewan. He think he doing something. He in shape. Man, he said he worked for the boat. He don't work for no damn. He working out there. He got a little fish truck, frying fish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you're going out of your way to come up with all of this stuff to somebody who don't even know me or know you, right? Who cares? What are you talking about? You know, and that's somebody. That's what people are, though, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's like that's for real a sickness, man. That dude, come on, man, get yourself together.
Hey,
But let me make my point real quick about being envious. So being envious, the difference in that would be like if I see somebody pull up in that Lambo or in that Ferrari, because I'm a car guy, right? I'm I'm a little envious of that. I'm not jealous of it. I'm envious of it because I want it. But the difference is I'm going to take the initiative to introduce myself to that person, talk to that person, see if there's some common ground, build a relationship with that person, and kind of see where I'm at, what it took to get to that Lambo or Ferrari, and to see if I qualify where I'm at, or do I need to put in some more work to get to that level, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be seeing the model that's laid out before us and model ourselves after what it is we're trying to achieve. Now, if I was just seeing the cat and been like, oh man, he ain't doing that, I heard he sell drugs, you know, or whatever the case may be, then I'm a hater.
no, see, and I don't want y'all to miss those nuggets that you just brought up. So recap on that, Mo. You said if I want to get to that level, I'm gonna go build a relationship by talking to this person. Second, I need to know what can I do to get to that level or drive in Lambo, however you said it, and see I gotta maybe do some more work or build myself up, do some continuing education, whatever the case may be, so I can get to our level, so I can, when that opportunity comes, I prepared myself. Because a lot of times what people don't realize is opportunities don't come because you can't do them. Opportunities don't come to you because you're not prepared for them. So God's
Right,
not going to give you any opportunities that you're not prepared for. Life is not going
right,
to give you any opportunities that you're not prepared for.
100%. And it's baby steps, man. You got to be patient and prepare yourself. Uh, Mac, you got something?
Yeah, man. I think he sparked a thought, man. And I'm going a different direction with this, right? But the word that came to me is comparison, right? And
Oh,
I think we live in a day and age where and it's social media play a big role in this, man. We compare ourselves too much to people, right?
yep,
And we live in this space where we see things, we see the promotion, we see the car, we see maybe relationships, right? Whether it be marriages or you doing well with your kids, all the things that look great, right? But people need to understand too that what somebody has may not be for them. You know what I'm saying? Or
yeah,
you may not be in the right season to receive those blessings because you may have some stuff that you need to work on internally, right? And I think that's a hard pill to swallow for somebody because once again, like, you have a lot of things behind the scenes, influencing, um, the jealousy or the hate, you know what I'm saying? Within you, right? So now you don't have time to sit down and just reflect and just think for a second, like, look, that's just where they're at now. One day I may get there or I may not because of X, Y, Z, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
may have a different path. You know what I'm saying? So, um, comparison, man, it leads people to hate and
yep,
and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have our own paths, man. Like we all in different seasons of our lives, man, and that's just life. You know what I'm saying? That just come
yeah,
with living. But not
yep.
a lot of people are mature enough to understand that. you know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
100%.
they just,
100%.
unfortunately, man, there's a lot of people, man, that just sit in filth and mess because they just refuse to mature. They refuse to understand that we all have different walks in life, you know,
Yeah.
and it's a journey,
No,
you know what I'm saying? And it's not all gonna look the same.
that's 100% fact. I think we talked on that. We talked about that last week too. About each of us have a different path
Yeah,
in life, and I can't compare my journey to your journey
yeah.
because it's not. It may not lead if when I start comparing and trying to do what you've been doing, and I'm not doing what I'm called to do. It may lead to a different
It's
route.
a shoe that don't fit, bro.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, and really, what you do, all you're doing in that instance is stunting your growth.
Yep.
Exactly, man.
Because you got off a path that maybe that was not ordained for you, and you're walking down the wrong path, and it's going to lead to a dead end because that wasn't the path you were supposed to be on. I see it. I know you guys see it a lot, man. You see it a lot, unfortunately, because of social media and women. Uh, they disqualifying themselves for men that they probably should be dating, right? Everybody wants a ready-made man because of what they're seeing on social media or what they see on certain celebrity type stuff or TV shows or whatever it may be. They're looking at this stuff, right? You know, well, yeah, this is what I need in a man, uh, and because you're comparing yourself, as Mac was saying, making that comparison to your life and what you're seeing somebody who doesn't even know you exist, really, when you look at some of these people on social media. They don't even know you. And you're comparing your life to that, right? And then you go out here in the world and interact with certain men. And this is very specific to women and even some men. They have built up in their mind, well, my girl has to look like this. She got to be this. She got to be this. Got to be this, and vice versa for women. He got to be making this kind of money. He got to drive this kind of car. He got to be this tall. I don't want him if he got a baby mama. And you disqualifying yourself for qualified candidates in building something together and building a life you could be proud of and building a life you could be happy in. But that goes back to comparing yourself to things that you should not be comparing yourself to.
Yeah. Facts. I've been on this 12-month. I'm trying to read one book a month, and I finished up this book in January. This book called.
Man, when you learn how to read,
There you go.
I'm
Fifth grade. Yeah. Been hating on me since the fifth grade.
I had to throw something out there. I had to throw it out there.
Super hater. Now, so this is the read for the month for y'all, right? So if y'all here listening, right, whoever's ever here listening, get this book by Norman Vincent Peale. It's called The Power of Positive Thinking. And then one of the chapters, it's a short read, it's only like 103 pages. So I read it in less than a month. But that's the book I read in January. So I was flipping through it, making notes for the days. But it says one chapter is called Believe in Yourself. There's one note that I highlighted. It says a lack of self-confidence apparently is one of the greatest problems besetting people today.
Yep.
Everywhere you encounter people who are inwardly afraid, who shrink from life, who suffer from a deep sense of inadequacy and insecurity, who doubts their powers. He could have put all of that into one word: hater. Right there. That to me, that is a definition to the fullest of what a hater is, from a hater to a true hater to a super hater. That right there. And I think that's something you always going to encounter. Whatever level you decide, whatever level you elevate to, God takes you to in life, you always going to encounter haters. One thing I've learned is whenever you're dealing with haters, you have to deal with haters because if you avoid them, say if I'm at this one job, so use a job for example. If I'm at this one job and I'm dealing with this hater, I'm like, man, I can't deal with this dude. So I quit the job, go get another job. What I found out is that there's going to be a hater who has his same characteristics, but worse at the new job because you didn't learn and try to deal with that person at their previous job. God was trying to develop a characteristic in you to elevate you up to the next level So once you get to that next level, you've already dealt with it. But instead of running
Right.
from your problem, instead of dealing with the problems you ran from. So I always encourage people, don't run from those haters. Learn how to cope with them. Learn how to learn them. Because you're gonna encounter them no matter what level you at in life. So it's something you always gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
Well, and one thing to remember, I think this is a good time to come with our closing statement. One thing you have to remember, as you level up, them haters level up too. So you know what I'm saying. So if you got a job, you making 45,000 a year, you got 45,000 a year, hater problems.
Yep.
If you jump to $200,000 job, you got $200,000 hater problems.
With
If
money.
you know what I'm saying? If you get to that point where you get to start seeing them M's coming in, you got M hater problems. So just always be prepared for that, regardless of where you going. As you level up, the hate levels up, and you have to be prepared to fight it off and deal with it. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's my final thought of the night, guys.
Matt.
At the end of the day, man, we've all touched on it, man. You know, haters are gonna do what they do, man, but you gotta figure out where you stand in the midst of that situation that you're dealing with, why you're going through it, and how can you capitalize on it so you can evolve and take yourself to the next level.
Yeah.
Like Juan said, man, like you can't run from these people because they're everywhere. Don't matter what space you're in, what profession you're in, whatever, like it doesn't matter. Like these people exist, but um you have to be willing to stand firm, get what you need from them because they got something for you. You don't know what it is yet, but they do. They don't know it either. But once you figure that out, man, you take what you need and you keep moving. That's it.
That's it, man. That's it, bro.
Stay
That's it.
encouraged.
Hey, stay encouraged. Hey, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. In the words of Creflo Dollar, he said, "Birds fly, fish swim, and haters hate." That's what they do. Until the next episode, stay fit, fix your finances, and keep the faith. We holler at y'all. It's the jam session.
Oh.
Right. We see y'all next time, man.